What's up everyone, Full Animix here. Today is the fuck around review of Winter 2021. That's right, I'm keeping it with the trends. Alright. So just like in my last video of whatever the fuck this series is called, I talked about some of the anime that I'm going to be watching this season. Now there's definitely a lot, and I feel like there's a lot more I'm going to be watching this season prior to last season, so I'm keen to say the least. So without further ado, and without more procrastinating, let's talk about Fall 2021. That's not what it is. Fuck my life. First, we got Attack on Titan, the final season. I have not watched any Attack on Titan at all. Now, it's not because I hate the show or anything, but it's because I'm savoring it. I've said this before on multiple different anime, and probably this one the most, but I just want to experience this show for a good, proper reason, and I haven't found one yet. I don't feel like I'm ready yet. I need to train myself harder to watch the show, or something like that. Anime protagonist syndrome. But yeah, there isn't really a solid reason. I just don't feel like watching the show yet, but I'm definitely going to, and I'm definitely going to make a video about it. Alright, next, we got that time I got reincarnated as an slime person. Now, this is a problem that I have with ReZero as well, but why is the show split up into two? Both these shows are very hype shows, and we've been waiting for a very long time for season 2 for these shows. But why did you have to do us like this? I'm really happy that part 2 is here for ReZero, but it also means I have to wait for 6 months until part 2 comes out for Slime. It's a sort of nitpicky thing that I have with both of these shows, but beggars can't be choosers. Other than that, I really dig Slime. It's probably my favorite isekai of all time. Don't know why. It's a pretty slow paced show, and I wasn't surprised that the first episode was really slow in getting into the reason why we're watching, but you know, I dig it and I'm still gonna keep watching it. Speaking of ReZero, let's talk about it. I don't really know what to say about ReZero. It's hard to talk about this show because such little episodes have come out about it, and the show really picks up at the end when a lot of stuff's happening. These first 2 episodes of ReZero are very slow paced and very exploratory. You know, they're pretty mid for a ReZero show, and are pretty okay for the show. I don't know what I'm saying, let's move on. Next we got Dr. Stone season 2. I really dig the first season, and I'm probably gonna wait until all the episodes come out for season 2. And it's the same thing I'm doing with Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm waiting until the full show comes out because it's just the way I sometimes watch shows, and it's not for most of these shows, but I'm just not as hyped as most people are for the show, so that's actually the reason I'm just not that hyped for it. Next, we got The Promised Neverland Season 2. Now, this is probably my most hyped show for this season, and I am freaking loving this season. It definitely lives up to the hype of the previous season. There's a lot of new things that the show's picking up, and it's doing a pretty good job of it, introducing new characters at a pretty good pace, and you know, there's a bit of a weird shit going on and controversial shit going on, so you know, you love your controversial shit going on in your anime. But other than that, I'm really liking this season. It doesn't have too many exploratory points, which is either a good thing for bad thing for whoever is watching. So yeah. Next we got Jobless Reincarnation. This is probably one of my top isekai, and I've only watched 1 episode because it's just that funny and good. The funny moments are pretty blended in well with the normal story of the show, and it gives us a good story as well, because most of these reincarnation shows just skip ahead when he's in his prime or in his teenage years or whatever, but now we're actually seeing a story of our protagonist developing, and you know, it's good shit. So I'm gonna keep watching it, obviously, and I really hope it doesn't fuck it up. And there's 24 episodes, so awesome. Next we got Horimiya. This show is very hyped, and a lot of people have been waiting for this adaptation, and I've watched the episodes and it lives up to it. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely the cliche rom-com that I've been needing to experience for the past 20 minutes. And just like most of the other shows, there's not a lot I can say. There's only been a couple episodes coming out, and some of these shows, only 1 episode's come out. So I'm got my hands tied, alright? Next we got Quintessential Quintuplet Season 2. Now just like the other seasons of the show, there's not a lot I can go off of. They're pretty much the same show, but there's another season of it. And I'm really looking forward to this one mainly because it's gonna focus on Nino a lot more. And she was kind of put on backstage in the last season, so, you know, I'm looking forward to it. Because she's one of the most interesting characters out of the quintuplets. I just really like the show. And the thigh nerves weren't really that bad, so... Suppose a kid from the last Dungeon Boonies moved to a starter town. What the fuck is that title? This is your cliche fantasy world. It's not an isekai, but it's one of those shows where the main protagonist doesn't think he's strong, but is actually really strong. So yeah, that's about it. Next, the hidden dungeon only I can enter. I don't know the plot of the show, but I know the plot of the show, and it's pretty freaking good. This has a pretty good contender of having the best CGI I've seen in quite a while. It has a pretty good story, the animation is pretty good, and there's no CGI contradicting the 2D, as I can tell. There are some moments where I'm going like, did this have to be CGI? But you know, it's alright. It doesn't look like shit, okay? It's basically my criteria. Next, redo of a healer. Holy fuck. I don't know if this is my favorite show or least favorite show, but it's probably one of the most controversial shows to be adapted, and I'm very surprised that this show got adapted over some other shows before this. The Seven Deadly Sins. I'm not watching Seven Deadly Sins, and you probably know why. Let's move on. Cells at Work. I haven't really watched Cells at Work. I did watch some bits and pieces of Cells, and you know, I find it very cool and it's a very unique show, and I can see why most people would watch it. But I'm not watching Cells at Work. I'm watching Cells at Work Code Black. Basically, it's more of a shittier body, someone who drinks, someone who smokes, and someone who is just unhealthy in general. And it's a lot more serious than its predecessors, so yeah, it's a pretty good spin-off, and I dig it, and I'm probably gonna keep watching it for a while, but you know, I might drop it. It's just one of those shows that I might just forget about. Beastars Season 2. Not a lot of people are really hyped about this, and I honestly don't know why. This season has definitely got the vibes of the last season, and I really love it, and I really like everyone basically, and I'm really digging the story and the mystery going on in the show, and Season 2 is definitely gonna hype it up more, because we were kind of left with the mystery about the guy who got murdered, and in this season they're definitely going to bring it back up, and yeah, I really like the show. It's very good. Very good. Keep watching it, please. Kemino Jihan. I definitely said that wrong. Fuck my life. Now, this is probably the show that I wasn't going to watch. It didn't really look like my type of show until I watched it. Then I found out it's about yokai and like demons and stuff like that, and supernatural shit, action. It's so cool, bro. It's so cool. Guys, it's really cool. That's basically all I can say. Bottom tier character, Tomazaki. Now, this guy right here, he's a bro right now. He's a gamer. He's a gamer boy. And then he finds out that the girl is also a gamer girl, even though she's so perfect at everything else. And then she starts helping him in real life. And that's the show. And I fucking love it. I wouldn't say it's based on my life, but it could have been, you know. I just haven't met the girl, you know. Just haven't met. I really like the show, and it's probably one of those shows that I'm going to stick with for a while, because I just resemble with it so much. And yeah, other than that, that's all the shows that I'm watching. There are definitely other shows that I'm gonna dip my feet into here and there, but they're definitely not shows that I'm going to keep watching. These are definitely the top shows that I personally like and might keep watching if they don't suck. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a like and subscribe down below, and I'll talk to you guys later.